Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we've been sent an item by Wuben. It's the G5 Anniversary Edition, representing their 9th anniversary. At no point have I been offered any money to do this review. I've literally been handed this item just to be able to put my own point of view forwards, and therefore this is a totally unbiased opinion. As with all of Wuben's products, this is shipped in a beautifully crafted cardboard box. Wuben, it seems, takes pride in the presentation and also the security and safety of all of its products. This certainly ensures that we receive the item in great working condition. Opening the packaging, therefore, is actually quite an enjoyable experience and not tedious at all. This is further backed up by a thank you from Wuben. Whilst unravelling the box for the first time, you're faced with the instruction manual. This is clearly laid out and certainly easy to follow. This gives you all the pertinent information that you are ever likely to need. Contained within the box there is also a USB-A to USB-C charging cable together with a wrist strap and also a keychain ring. This is of course a keychain flashlight. Unravelling the flashlight for the first time, you are immediately struck by how small it is, and yet given immediate confidence in its full metal structure. It's also very fresh and modern looking too. The belt clip can be moved around the flashlight simply by pulling it out and then sliding it across to the next position. This certainly feels well made and is made of metal. At the base of the G5 is a small magnet. This is enough to hold it in place, but not enough to hold its own weight in shaky conditions. The flashlight lens housing can be rotated 180 degrees, so I'm sure you'll be able to find the ideal angle to suit your needs. The flashlight head doesn't move easily and requires force to be able to move it. This in itself comes across as well thought out and well engineered. There is a mode slide switch on the side of the G5. Sliding it up gives you access to the light functions. Pressing and holding the on-off switch takes you immediately to the battery charge indicator. At the moment this is flashing blue, which means that it gives you access to 90% charge or more. Double pressing the on-off switch gives you access to the multicoloured strobe lights. This mode is red and yellow. This mode can be changed by double pressing again whilst it's flashing. This is now red and blue. And again, if you wish to change this mode by double pressing the on-off switch again whilst it's still flashing, you can change it to red and green. By switching the flashlight off in this mode, you get access to the other colours. Simply switch the flashlight on and then select the desired colour. There are several colours with which to choose from. I will cycle through them now. Simply rotate the dial to get the desired colour and then leave it in that position. The G5 has a memory function, so next time you switch it on, it will immediately go back to that pre-selected colour you had picked earlier. Double press the on-off button and it will flash in that desired colour. When the G5 is switched back on, it does remember the colour you pre-selected, but it won't be in the flashing mode. Press and hold the on-off switch whilst in this mode and it will return you back to the normal light. From here you can use the rotation dial to get the correct light intensity that you require. This is stepless dimming and ranges from 2 to 400 lumens. At its lowest setting, which is 2 lumens or moonlight mode, it can last up to 65 hours. The amount of hours left on the battery very much depends on the light intensity that you're using. At full power I managed to get just over 1 hour's worth of use, even though the manual clearly states I should only be getting about 50 minutes. You can access the full power at any point, so if you're in moonlight mode or a mid-range mode, then all you have to do is just double press the on-off switch. This will immediately take you up to the full power of 400 lumens. The G5 has 2 lighting emitters, both of which are employed as and when are needed depending on the mode you've selected. The amount of light thrown out from the G5 lens is very efficient and certainly very effective in most lighting conditions, and according to the manual gives a range of about 82 meters. Now I'm not sure about this, so I'll put it to my own little test later. To charge the G5, simply slide the mode switch all the way up. This will expose the USB-C charging port. Plug in the USB-C charging cable and the USB-A side of the cable into the plug socket, and then wait patiently for the charging process. From 0 it should take about 1.5 hours, but in my situation I had about 90% charge and this only took about 6 minutes. Full charge is shown by a solid blue light. This G5 weighs 53 grams and is 61.95mm long and is 38.49mm wide and is 13.11mm deep. The charging cable is short at 8 inches or about 20 centimeters. Okay, now for some real world testing outside. This is a 50-meter pathway leading up to a field, starting off at moonlight mode and then ramping up all the way to the full 400 lumens. It comfortably lights up the pathway as you can see ahead of you. This is moonlight mode with 2 lumens, and as you can see it lights up at about 8 to 10 meters ahead of me. Unfortunately my iPhone is not doing the light any justice here, as it's actually better in person. I increased the light intensity by about a quarter here, so it actually made quite a difference. This is a significantly darker area of the field, therefore moonlight mode is far more effective. This is full beam and certainly lights up about 80 or 90 meters. Whilst out here I might as well show you the flashing strobe settings, as you'll get a rough idea what it's like in pitch black. This is full beam. As you can see, it certainly lights up a good area, certainly a good 80 or 90 meters. Even at 400 lumens, it's enough to light up the tree canopy. On the way back to the car, I decided to experiment with different light colours to see how it would affect my vision. Let me know in the comments below as to what light colour you think I should be using, whether it be red, green, blue, yellow, white, whatever, to be able to retain my night vision. Please let me know. I decided to walk the rest of the way back with 2 lumens, or supposedly 2 lumens on moonlight mode. It's the lowest setting either way. It allowed me to see enough of the path to be able to walk safely. Now to my final thoughts and conclusions about the G5. This little keychain flashlight is certainly quite versatile and is light enough to be able to fit on the end of a cap, and with the multi-directional light you're able to get it at just the perfect angle. The G5 comes in a range of different colours, as you can see here. I've made a previous video of the other 2 colours, link in the description below. The G5 has a small form factor, and I certainly believe it's an excellent keychain torch. The G5 has an IP68 rating, which means it can be submerged up to 1.5 meters of water. The G5 also has a drop test rating of 1 meter. The lighting emitter works really well and gives excellent flood beam as well as spot when needed, and this is particularly good given though it's got a small form factor. No matter which way you look upon this little flashlight, it looks absolutely excellent and certainly looks very modern looking. I thought I would take the opportunity in attaching the wrist strap. I don't normally do this, but I'm actually glad I did, because when I went outside to film, it came in really handy. The G5 also comes complete with a metal ring, because this is of course a keychain flashlight, so you can attach it to your keys. I'm not sure how useful the magnetic base will be, as it's not particularly strong, but it's there nonetheless. The G5 is classified as a keychain flashlight, but it certainly performs better than you think it would be. It also has a ton of functions to play with. It's both small and fun to handle. This anniversary edition is certainly a must-have for any collector of flashlights, and if you're lucky enough to get it for under $25 or £25, then you're doing really well. Remember to like and subscribe, everyone. I absolutely love making these videos for everyone, and thanks ever so much for everyone who's supported me so far. I really do appreciate it. Please feel free to comment and also to give me other suggestions about what you'd like me to cover next. Until next time, be very safe, enjoy yourselves, and always try and be kind to one another.